then we're going to go to this Brazilian festival. So it was like a Brazilian Carnival festival. A couple of thousand people were there.
I would say so.
Yeah, it was a pretty big event. So they held it in like the Brisbane Showgrounds, and I just wanted to sort of muse on that a little bit, or meander on that a little bit.
Okay, take a little look. So I've got a point here.
Okay, yeah, bring it up.
One was just dancing to the rhythm of music, even when you don't know the words. So this is one thing that I found myself was when we got there. Now, we were well lubricated with alcohol. That's obviously one thing.
Yes.
But by the time we got there, we started moving in through the crowd. Now, first of all, everyone there was speaking Portuguese, like everyone there. And try as I might, like, yes, I know Spanish, and I can maybe understand it. It doesn't translate that well.
I know Spanish as well.
Especially when you're talking.
Doesn't work.
And I found, obviously, myself when I was like in the middle of the crowd and the music was going, I had no idea what was being said in songs. I had no idea what people were talking about when they were coming over me and like obviously thinking I must have been Brazilian or something to try and speak Portuguese to me. But specifically to the music, it didn't matter. Like it didn't matter that I didn't understand it. It didn't matter anything. Because for the fact of like when I started moving to the music, it was like I'm moving to the rhythm of the song. Like I don't have to even know or care what the lyrics are saying. But even to the point that I started even picking up not exactly what was being said by the lyrics, but I could sing the lyrics because it was like, oh yeah, I can like almost say the syllables that are being pronounced here, even though I have no idea what the meaning of it is. But I found myself more and more just enjoying the music and the dancing, even having no clue what was going on.
Okay.
Did you find yourself at all in that?
I told you before, I really can't recall a single song. You know, if you'd told me that they were playing rock music for the entire time, I honestly couldn't believe that. And not particularly because I was drunk, but because it was just a blur of things. Like there was so much going on or everywhere, like people, noises, smells,
there was a lot of things going on.
Just a hectic. So no, I wouldn't have particularly said that, but I did find the music at least danceable. Yeah,
danceable.
So I was dancing to it, and easy to keep the beat as well. Easier than Cuban salsa, for example, which I've been really struggling with.
I think what started music in my mind, we talked about this, or someone had asked me about this a couple of weeks ago, where it was like, oh, can you dance salsa? I'm like, no. Like, if you ask me that question point blank, no, I can't dance salsa. Because in my mind, when I think of salsa, it's like, oh, it's the actual dance moves.
Yeah.
But put me with any Latino type music, which could be Brazilian, it could be Colombian, it could be whatever, and I would just feel like intuitively I kind of know how to move to whatever song comes around because it's just kind of like, it's in the music, it's in the rhythm. I don't know whether that's the same in like, if someone put like German music in front of me or like another style of music, maybe not. I'm going to say it's probably not that I would be able to dance to it. But at least it just struck me and going like, oh wow, I can totally dance to any rhythm of this sort of type of music, as long as it sort of fits that general Latino type vibe. Which I was like, oh, this was good. This was good. Okay. But I wanted to see it from the other perspective of someone who didn't have it inbuilt in them.
Yeah, not particularly, but it definitely was danceable, and there was enough people there that you'd sort of just lose yourself in the crowd, so you don't have to think about it too much. There was a couple of observations which I had heard about Brazilian people before, but I hadn't really fully dived. Like I used to know Juan Rodrigo. You met him a bunch of times. There was a couple of Brazilians I met whilst traveling, but never did I ever go to Brazil. And so I'd never really been to a place where there is a lot of them. So some of the generalizations that I found out actually are true. They're very direct, super direct. So they will like literally be grabbing each other and be like, hey, come over here. People making out within like 5 seconds over barriers. So I'm pretty sure, and not just one. So I'm pretty sure it was like multiple people that'd be like walking past a barrier. So just one of the sort of steel grates, yay high.
Oh, yes.
And probably like call over to the chick and be like, hey, blah, 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 come over here. Chat with her for, I don't know, half a minute. And then just start making out. And it was like, yeah, that's, I'd heard this about Brazilians, that they're very quick to kiss. Like it's just like, oh, it's just a kiss, it doesn't matter. Whereas some other cultures of the world, you know, if you get to the kiss, that's almost like
it's almost very far in the conversation.
Well, it's almost like you've had sex. Like if you've kissed, then it's like you're basically super close to sex. Whereas with Brazilians, I've heard that's not the case. Once again, I'm sort of generalizing. The directness was definitely one. My brother,
palpable.